Don't have to know. Sorry.
No. Why should you?
በቃ ብዙ አትጨነቅ ከገባህ በቃ ገባህ
Also gets a best angle.
Yeah.
ሳይድ ሆነብኝ ጎባሽ
Okay. First of all, thank you very much for your willingness. And what can you say about the today's contribution to enhance the National Dialogue Commission's capacity?
Well, I think today's ceremony was very important because we've had the first country, Japan, come forward to provide assistance to the national dialogue process, to build up the capacity of the Commission and enable the Commission to do its work, which is very important work. This shows that the international community, Japan is the first country, we are very confident in UNDP and the UN that there will be other countries coming forward soon, in fact some. We've already reached agreement with a few, we will announce that shortly. This shows how much importance the international community places on the national dialogue. The national dialogue is an important process to bring and consolidate the peace in Ethiopia. And the international community is going to be behind this process. We are very confident about that. And Japan's commitment today is a sign of that.
Yeah. And the National Dialogue Commission is the first in its type. And
Yes.
what can you say about for contributing the enhancing of democracy culture?
Incredibly important. This is the point I was trying to make in my speech as well. Why is the national dialogue so important? Well, first, because it enables us to find peaceful means of trying to resolve differences on different issues, important national issues in Ethiopia. Rather than try to resolve them on the battlefield, try to find a way around the table to solve them. It's very, very important. Second thing, in terms of the development of Ethiopia's political culture, it's very important to instill the spirit of negotiation, compromise. Because in any society, no society can thrive. Any one group imposes itself on everybody else. You have to give and you have to take. The art of compromise, of resolving. And the national dialogue provides a forum for doing that, to find where, coming from our different points of view, we can find common ground that gives each of us something and benefits Ethiopia. And finally, if we can do that sort of thing, we make it more possible for Ethiopia's democracy, it's a young democracy, to succeed. Because otherwise, the alternative is not possible.
Thank you. And when it comes to the general issue, what is UNDP contributing here in Ethiopia, in Nigeria, and where?
Well, UNDP is doing quite a lot in Ethiopia, and we want to express our gratitude to the government of Ethiopia for the amount of trust and confidence it has placed on us. So, for example, the national dialogue, the government has appointed us to coordinate, on behalf of the UN, to coordinate all development assistance to the National Dialogue Commission. We have been and are doing the same thing with elections. So the elections in 2021 that you saw had support from UNDP, which came with money from 16 countries, including Japan. We have been working also on the issue of DDR. So we've been asked by the government to support the demobilization and reintegration of ex-combatants in northern Ethiopia, a very, very important issue. So we're working on that as well. We are working also on something called peace support in the north, which is about delivering real benefits, schooling, health, water supply, jobs, safe environment for people in Afar, Amhara, and Tigray. Quickly, not a year down the road, not 2 years down the road, but now, so that they can see the benefits of this. These are all the things in one major area of governance and peace building that we are working on. We also work on environment, we also work on poverty reduction, but this is the area that we were discussing today.
Recently, international aid organizations suspended the aid to Tigray because of they do not use they use for their personal use the aid the officials due to that the international site that they suspend. And what can you say about that, and what is your...
All I can say simply is that the welfare program, which has been impacted, is looking into that issue very seriously. It is talking with its donors. It's talking very closely with the federal and regional governments. It's carrying out a thorough investigation, and we shall have to await the outcome of the investigation. I have heard the UN Resident Coordinator and Humanitarian Coordinator, the head of the welfare program, others say very clearly that they take this matter very seriously. We have heard the presidents of the three regions, Afar Amhara in the north and Tigray, say that they take it very seriously. So we hope this matter will be resolved in a satisfactory fashion. The important thing is we resume assistance to the people as quickly as possible.
Okay, UNDP is development. So maybe if there are figures, this amount we support for this issue, like that restoration in this physical area, this way.
So for example, the National Dialogue, the project we have for National Dialogue, is a project for about $35 million over 3 years. We are getting to about 40% funding, we hope, 40 to 50% funding this year, and we expect to get more. That is just for the National Dialogue. Now we're also trying to raise money, and it's huge, for demobilization and reintegration. Now the project scope, the amount of money we'll roughly need for a first phase of work, and this is money for Ethiopia, not for UNDP, would be in the region of 250 million US dollars.
Is it delivered or will be delivered?
No, we have to raise that money.
Yeah.
We are in serious discussions with some, and we are hopeful, but the money is not delivered yet, and it's urgent that the money be delivered. On some of the peace support work, for example, let me start at the UN level. The UN already has, for peace support, this immediate help to the people of northern Ethiopia. We have about $240 million in what we call money in the bank, and money we think will come into the bank over the next 2 years to support peace. Within that, UNDP is raising resources. We've got 8 million to start with. We hope to have 30 to 40 million this year to support the peace in the north, with real benefits for the people of northern Ethiopia. So we have got some money already. We're not a donor, remember, UN is not a donor, but we have got, thanks to the generosity of our donors, we have money in the bank. We are raising more money, and it is an urgent priority for us. These issues of what happens in the north, with the dialogue, with the disarmament, demobilization and reintegration, these are all very important priorities for us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Maybe would you like to add more?
No, just to say that this is a very important moment. As I said, with the National Dialogue, let us all have some patience with it. Give it the chance, the opportunity to succeed. Not be cynical, not give up hope, but be optimists.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.